All right, folks, welcome in as we are seconds away from kickoff here. Bryce Sack joining you tonight. I'm excited, thrilled to bring you both video and audio of today's exciting matchup between the South Christian Sailors and the Unity Christian Crusaders. I'm joined tonight by the great Taylor Johnson. Taylor, we got a thriller ahead of us here. A lot on the line for both these teams, but more so for South Christian as they get the opportunity to get a share, clinch a share of the conference title championship.
Yeah, well, you know, Bryce, I haven't been here in a couple weeks, and I feel like we have a whole new team. You know, we're scoring a lot of touchdowns. The points are kind of flying to the board. Brody Schiltz obviously doing a really good job. Was up for MLive Player of the Week. You know, I'm really excited to be here. Anything can happen in this game with Unity and South Christian. It should be a fun one.
And if you missed last year's 2024 campaign, these two teams faced each other twice, and by some projections and predictions right now, there's a chance that that could happen again, as South Christian, many believe, are in the playoff picture. But a win tonight will definitely do the trick. Whereas Unity, 7-0, they're of course going to be in the playoffs, and they're probably fighting for one of the top seeds. And so if you go back to last year, these two teams faced off week 7, 50. They have this here, 50-21 beatdown from Unity for the Sailors. And then 4 weeks later, South Christian got the opportunity to get a little bit of revenge. So you're right, anything can happen on nights like tonight. As we get ready for tonight's game, we'll actually tune in here to the national anthem. Get ready for kickoff right after this. Four and 3, South Christian getting ready to gear up against 7-0, number 1 in the OK Gold Conference, Unity Christian Crusaders tonight here on Michigan Sports Radio and the Sailor Zone. So get ready for tonight's first quarter of actions, brought to you by Dutton Christian School. Dutton Christian School, their mission is clear. It's to nurture the heart with biblical truth, equip the mind with academic excellence, and impact the world for Christ. Classrooms to chapel, from athletics to music, from robotics to outdoor education, every lesson points students to God's Word. Discover a school where faith and learning come together. All right, folks, Unity Christian won the toss, elected to defer. So the aforementioned Brody Schiltz will lead the offense on the field tonight. And you are right, Taylor. The Schiltz offensive adjustments, well, I guess we'll call it that, has been the difference maker for a team that had really trouble moving the ball. I'll just put it frankly. Yeah. And has given this South Christian offense new life.
And sometimes you got to make changes as a coach. Sometimes they work, and sometimes they don't. I think offensively, it's definitely worked from a standpoint of it's different. But as Danny Brown has told me, when they have the most success, they have a quarterback who can really run, and I think that's what the element Brody's really bringing. I still think they need to expand in the pass game, and they still need to count on Burgess to be able to come in and make some plays. But as far as running the ball, it's obviously working well so far.
As quarterback Justin Phoebus kicks this off, Vandegreen in the return works his way along the right side up the middle. It's across the 20 where he gets smacked, and that's for South Christian. We'll start off the first drive. Hey, that kickoff is brought to you by Family Fare. Family Fare's weekly specials, all natural whole pork shoulder, $1.88 a pound. Visit shopfamilyfare.com for this and many more specials.
Well, go ahead, Bryce. I was just going to say, you know, on a Friday night like this, it doesn't get much better. I mean, this is the game that these guys want to play. You're playing against your rival here tonight. Anything can happen, as we saw last year. It's going to be a lot of fun.
No doubt about it. As Schultz out there now with Van de Grijn lined up to his right, 2 wide receivers his left, tight end to his left as well. Handoff to Van de Grijn. He's got a lane along that left side across the 25, down to the 26, and nice first down run play for the Sailors.
I think it's going to be key that they give the ball on the power read sometimes to really help open up the quarterback draw where he keeps it and runs, you know, as the quarterback, as the main rusher. So they're going to have to be able to show both. It's only going to open it up for Brody here in a little bit.
Runs like that will do the trick. Second down and 5. 2 wide receivers to each side. Now Rock in motion, and flags fly. Sailors won early.
Yeah, this one's going to be on us. And when you send guys in motion, you know, a lot of things can go wrong, but they got to make sure they establish certain guys going on. But they can't penalize themselves in games like this tonight. That's one thing they cannot do.
With this power T offense that the Sailors are going to see from Unity, it's tend to have long, lengthy drives. Every offensive possession is going to be key for the Sailors. All right, back 5 yards to the original line of scrimmage now. 2nd and 10. 4 wide again. This time Rock goes in motion, same way. Keeper by Schultz. He works that over that left tackle, and great defense there. Defensive lineman. That's number 59, Max Berger.
Yeah, great play. He blew up that block, so Brody had really nowhere to go. And sometimes when you blow up that block, you can actually end up causing the tackle yourself, and that's kind of what happened. So, you know, another longer 3rd down here. Let's see if they open up to the pass, but my guess is, you know, Brody's probably going to take the QB draw right here.
We'll see 4 wide, tight end to the left. Those Union Christian linebackers are stout as they rotate those guys in. Now Schultz drops back, tries to hit Rock on the slant route just off his fingertips.
Yeah, and that's just not his strong suit, right? He doesn't have that pocket presence, hasn't played quarterback a lot. It was a pretty, you know, tight ball, but at the end of the day, kind of threw it behind him a little bit. So he's going to have to continue to work on that passing game to really help his run game. And now I think we'll see Burgess come in here for the punt, which he's done a great job punting at this year.
He has. The original starting quarterback is resuming the duties as the punter. Nice high kick, fair caught about the 48-yard line. Nice catch. Big stop for Unity. Hey, Educatus is the world leader in high school study abroad programs, bringing hundreds of international students right here to Michigan every year. Educatus makes global education possible right here at home. For more information on becoming a host family, visit educatus.com. That's educatius.com. Big stop for Unity as they're going to get excellent field position, start their first drive at their own 49-yard line.
And that's not what they want to do. The last thing you want to do against a team with this high-powered offense is give them great field position, and they're going to need that astounding defense presence tonight in order to stop Unity right here.
Power T handoff now to Elliott. Elliott along that left side. He's a nice couple blockers as he crosses the 40 past the first down marker. And Lucas Elliott with the first run. It's a big one.
Yeah, and that's what they do. They're going to pull their guards, pull some tackles, and they're just going to follow that pull guy. And whenever they get that hole, it doesn't seem like there's ever enough defensive players right there to make the tackle. And great first down right there.
Senior quarterback Justin Phoebus kind of does everything, plays both sides of the ball, was on kickoff. He is the engine that drives this high-powered Unity offense. As he takes the snap, he rolls to his right. They're going to pass on their second play. Phoebus looking for no one. Great pursuit by the Sailors. Phoebus able to get back to the line of scrimmage, but nice play on first down as Unity brings out a pass play early in this game.
You know, it was funny. I was watching them in a warm-ups, Bryce, and they have some big receivers. They have some big receivers that I feel like they need to utilize. And even though they have a smaller quarterback, I actually think the passing game, as much as it ever has been in Unity's offense, has been a little bit more this year.
They got some nice tight ends. Jonathan Huker And Carter Skolton on those tight ends, these big bodies, as Elliott breaks a tackle, crosses the first down marker, and another nice run as the Crusaders are finding some success over that left side.
Yeah, they got to get better pursuit from the ends. Linebackers have to get more involved. You can't let the pull blockers get you out of the play. Crusaders are going to have to make a couple adjustments here as the Unity's going fast and they keep going to similar sides.
Ball on the 25, 9 minutes to go. As handoff right up the middle to Jack Portinga, the fullback. Nowhere to go. Nice stop for the Sailors.
And that's the key. That inside, they call it a trap run in this offense right there. You got to be able to stop that inside run, because what's going to happen is if they open up the outsides, they're just going to sneak it up the middle, and he could break away.
Into the game now is Levi Bowler, number 23. He gets the handoff. He fumbles. That ball's on the dirt. And that's recovered by South Christian. How about that for a break?
Wow.
As Bowler comes in to get his first snap and first carry, and a mistake on the exchange, and Sailors are going to get the ball back.
I think that's all it was, Bryce. I feel like it was just an exchange. Sometimes when you have those three running backs, there's a lot of options, and if you don't know who the ball's going to and you think it's coming for you and the quarterback doesn't, I mean, those things are just going to happen. But that is a huge break for the South Christian defense. Now they got to capitalize on offense.
That's a great call. Unity was moving the ball and looking to get in scoring position. Instead, Schultz now will lead his team. A promising first play on their first drive, negated by a penalty, and Sailors couldn't quite catch up, so they'll get new life here. The 0-0 score. Now Blackport goes in motion. He's going to be the lead blocker for Schultz along that left side. Schultz gets popped as he goes down, but not before he picks up 7. Big first down carry.
Yeah, great first play run. Watch the blockers a lot tonight. The Owen Burgesses and different wide receivers. They're going to have to be doing a lot of blocking on the outside to be able to create those holes for Brody Schultz.
Doesn't hurt to have Dax Blackport be your lead blocker either. 2nd and 3 for Schultz. He sends Rock in motion. Keeper now for Schultz. He's going to foul Rock as he crosses. I think he's going to get the first down, Taylor. Yeah, he's right on that first down line. And
big tackle by 23 Levi Bowler, and I got it. I don't know if that's, it looks like a receiver maybe. But
yeah, it's for Moss getting up a little slowly.
But that's the thing about these Unity guys is when they tackle hard. I mean, they really bring a punch now. So South Christian, they got to do a good job falling forward tonight to avoid some of those big hits.
First down for South Christian. To take their time getting the play call in. Those wide receivers you mentioned, Owen Burgess, Easton Rock, Dax Blackport, Charlie Vermas along the outside. This time Osterhaven and getting his first snap of the game at that H-back position. Now Blackport goes in motion, resets, handoff to Blackport. Really nowhere to go, met by a host of Crusaders. Jonathan Huker leading the way. Brings him down for no gain.
And I think that inside run is one that Danny Brown and the offense has really been focusing. They want to continue to add that as a part of their offense so they can have the 3-4 yard runs on the inside run to really help open up the outside. But as we can see, Unity's got some big boys up front. That's not going to be easy to do.
That's big boys indeed. Ryer Selvius and Jackson Brinks, the big fellas in the middle of that defensive front. As Rock now in motion. They give it to him on the sweep. He turns the corner.
Yeah, there you go.
He's got room to go as Easton Rock down the sideline. He's got to break a tackle, picks up a block, and does. Brought down eventually at the 21-yard line. And Easton Rock found a crease and took it for 40 yards. First down, South Christian.
They're going to want to go fast here. A lot of times when you're playing Unity, you're going to get a big play. Sometimes you can have another one back-to-back. Let's see if they can get the call in. But great run by Easton Rock. He kind of slowed up, let his blocker catch up. I kind of want him to just keep going because I thought maybe he'd been fast enough to get the edge. But, oh no.
Oh, flag.
Oh, no.
Block in the back. Late call coming in. So it will be a first down, but we'll take away about 15 yards on that Easton Rock carry. And as you mentioned, that's going to slow down the Sailor offense and let this Crusader D get in formation, get in their spots.
Yeah, 2 penalties on the Sailors already. That's something they're going to have to clean up.
Schultz now. Sailors, Crusaders 42-yard line. He takes a snap, drops back, looks deep over the middle to a streaking Blackport. Dangerous throws. That one was batted down and underthrown. Incomplete pass, so no harm, but that ball hung in the air for a little longer than I think many of the Sailor fans were comfortable with.
Yeah, I just don't think you saw the safety over the top. I felt like they were trying to get Blackport on that streak and try to hit him a little early, and Schultz kind of threw a lofted ball, which gave that safety over the top time to get over there and really challenge it, and luckily that wasn't intercepted.
Deep shot on first down sets up the Sailors 2nd and 10. Ball on the Unity's 42. Schultz now no handoff to Van de Grind as he breaks a tackle. Would be loss, instead pushes forward across the 40 to the 38. Set up a 3rd and 6.
I think that's one that Schultz would want back. I think when we watched the tape, those ends really, were honoring the handoff. If he would have kept it, I think he could probably got the first down on the inside.
3rd and 6. As Schultz barks in the play. Again, 4 wide receivers. The tight end is Rock in motion from left to right. Rock with the handoff. No, Schultz on the keeper. He kept it and brought down in the backfield. That was 82 Schulten.
And I feel like that one he probably wanted to give to Rock. So just a little miscommunication right there. He's got to do a better job sometimes of reading where to go. But once they can figure it out, you can see that there are some holes right now in this defense they can take advantage of, but they got to make the right read.
Get the opportunity here, 4th and 5. Imagine Taylor, it was 4-down territory the entire time. Looking to pick up a little bit more, and no loss of yardage on that 3rd down. Sets up a really 4th and manageable.
Yeah, I'm curious if Coach Brown's going to let this one run down and take a timeout right here.
5 seconds on the play clock. And he's going to take a timeout indeed. We'll take a quick timeout as well. We'll be right back here on Michigan Sports Radio and the Sailor Zone.
It's bringing a new level of convenience with their at-home maintenance service. That's right, they come to you. Their expert technicians roll up to your driveway with genuine parts and trusted care. No loading, no drop-offs, just winning service that keeps your equipment running strong season after season. Don't sit on the sidelines. Schedule today at Weingarts.com and experience the Weingarts way.
Weingarts, everything from lawn to snow.
0-0 is your score with 4.5 minutes here in this first quarter of the last game of OK Gold Conference play for both of these teams. South Christian will face another rival, Catholic Central, next week. And Unity Christian will welcome in a team from the east side of the state, Pontiac Notre Dame. They played them last year, actually went out east last year, and now they get to play the home team in their season finale next week. But we got business to take care of this evening. 4th and 5 now for Schultz. He sends Blackport in motion. Schultz looks right, rolls left, dumps off to Blackport, who gets popped, and he is just short of the first down. Couldn't get past the sticks to make that catch, and turnover for the Crusaders.
Yeah, that's one that they're going to want to have back. And again, you got a sophomore passing to a freshman, but it's a tough play, but you have to get to that first down marker. The quarterback's got to let the receiver get to that marker or don't throw it. Because by the time he throws, the guy's right on him. So it's either you got to let him get to that first down marker or you just got to keep it and run it. And it's unfortunate turnover downs.
So that'll give Unity Christian the ball on their own 34-yard line for their second drive of the game. Justin Phoebus in at quarterback. He drops back, hands it off to Elliott. Elliott finding success again over the left tackle, but brought down by Jack Weiss, in the backfield.
Yeah, great tackle right there by Jack Weiss. And, that's a good thing he's been doing all year on the outside. He's an aggressive player, and those defensive backs are brought in to, help the run on the outside, and we're going to see a lot of tackles hopefully tonight by those defensive backs like Weiss.
And speaking of, looks like Jack is now down on the field being attended to for an injury. And, yeah, it's a different game for defensive backs against offenses like this. Sailors in their traditionally 4-2-5, but we all know that changes, and guys come up, guys come down and have their assignments, and asking a lot of these safeties and these defensive backs.
Yeah, well, I think, the story we can see so far right now, we know what Unity wants to do in offense. We see how their success can be. it's always going to come down to that Sailor defense, right? That's kind of been the anchor of the team all year, but they haven't really faced a team probably as talented as this Unity team. So, you got to raise your game. You guys go down, other guys got to step up right here, and it's just going to be an extreme battle. We'll see if it turns into a high-scoring affair or maybe, as I think the Sailors would rather have, a low-scoring defensive battle like we've seen so far.
Unity Christian, again, mentioned this in the Sobey Company pregame show. They are averaging 43 points a game, so you're absolutely right. If they could keep the Unity scoring to a minimum, that's a win.
Yeah, absolutely. And then they're going to have to. Unity's got a physical team. They got a lot of experience, but let's not forget, they remember who knocked them out of the playoffs last year.
Revenge is on the mind?
It is on the mind tonight. And these guys, I know they're fired up. And South's got to come in with some new guys and some new energy and really create that standard that they need to have in Coach Brown's football team.
So into the game now is Jack Bice. He's going to get some reps at that position to replace Weiss. Second and 7 now for the Crusaders, and Buller gets a shot. Again, he had that fumble in that first drive. So he picks up the first down, so nice comeback.
Yeah, tackle by Hunterman right there. And we've seen Hunterman play a lot of JV this year, and now he's playing kind of defense on the varsity side. Obviously a really good running back as well. But you can tell Danny Brown's trying to get a lot of his athletes out there, get some more speed. But you got to step up and you got to make some earlier tackles.
Also in the game now, Hudson Dirk, number 5, running back position. He's going to get the snap this time along the right tackles. He fouls his blockers. Big chunk yards on first down. Picks up 7.
Yeah, good tackle by Jack Bice, who stepped in for Jack Weiss. And that's the thing about this Sailor defense. I mean, when you can replace a Jack Weiss with a Jack Bice, I mean, they're both very talented players, both physical kids, and that's a really fortunate thing to have on your defense.
2nd and 3 for the Crusaders as they're now in South Christian territory. Keeper now is Phoebus. Phoebus finds his lane, follows his blockers, a little bit of deception as he crosses the 40 to the 35. Another first down for Unity.
Great deception right there from the quarterback. He's just a little guy, but he's pretty fast. I mean, the way he takes that ball and puts it behind his legs, I mean, you can hardly tell up here who has the ball. So that's something the Sailors are going to have to watch.
Discipline, discipline, discipline against offenses like this. It's Phoebus now with the handoff to Dirks. Nowhere to go. Great defense, just creating a pile along that guard tackle, right side of the line. Nice stop.
Yeah, the defensive line from South Christian, they have to plug the gaps. They have to control the line so the linebackers and the defensive backs, they can kind of come up, clean it up, and make those tackles. But again, I mean, it's all going to be about those pulling guards, and can you get off of them, or can you have 2 guys there where one can make the tackle?
2nd and 10, 2:40 to go in this first quarter. Back and forth defensive battle. Handoff now to Buller. Buller along the left side again. Unity's definitely having some success along that left side.
Yeah.
Those would-be sweeps. Probably could call it an offense like this.
Yeah, great call. I mean, even the quarterback keeper, I feel like a lot of their plays have been designed to the left side. And I think as a coach, once you find that gap or that hole where you're going to have success, you're going to keep coming back to it.
Foul the big fella, Jackson Brinks and Max Berger. This big hog maul is on the left side as Buller with the tackle. He bounces off a blocker and goes backwards. Loss of about half a yard. Sailors meet him there.
Yeah, Cody Jones, no clumping right there. That was a big play. The Sailors needed that. They didn't want to get to a short 4th down. You got to think Unity's going to go for it here, but now you got a 4th and 5 instead of a 4th and 2, 4th and 1. So big play by the Sailor defense.
We've seen 1 pass out of Unity so far in this game, and watch some of the tape. They do throw the ball. I don't know if the coaches would say more than they normally do, but more than maybe what you're accustomed to in an offense like this. And we'll see what they do here. 4th and 5. Phoebus drops back to pass, and he is going to throw it. He's patiently waiting. A lot of blockers. He's got a lane as he breaks that crease across the 20 to the 15, knocked out of bounds at the 15, 20-yard pickup as Justin Phoebus waited patiently for a running lane, and he got it.
And a great job by the offensive line from Unity, but you could just see that coming. I mean, the longer he waited in the pocket, you knew he didn't really want to throw it, and he was just waiting for that pocket to open up, and he took that hole and scampered down for a 20-yard gain.
Nice pickup as he sets up the Crusaders 1st and 10 from the 15. Buller, Portinga, and Dirks, and as Phoebus Works his way along the outside, and he just waits patiently and finds his lane, Taylor, and he gets brought down at the 1. 14-yard carry.
I'm impressed, Bryce. I mean, he's a small guy, not a lot of stature. You know, they don't have their listings on their roster, but I mean, he's quick. But like you said, patient, really patient. Does a good job finding that hole.
First and goal from the 1. QB sneak the whole way as Justin Phoebus powers his way forward and waiting for the signal here as refs give us touchdown. Touchdown, Unity. Excellent drive, capped off by a 1-yard touchdown run. Justin Phoebus, as he was really the difference maker on that drive.
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of comes down to it. He had the big run on 4th down, obviously, as we know, but he had a run previous to that, run the keeper. And, you know, the Sailors are going to have to create some type of spy, some type of guy who's going to follow that quarterback run, because I think that's where they're having the most success here early.
Unity, I do not believe, has any interest in kicking point after, so they tend to go for it on 2, or go for 2. And they'll do that here as they come out and they're T-set. Phoebus under center, takes a snap, handoff this time to Jared DeVries. DeVries looks close.
It's close.
Still no signals. They're picking up the pile. And it's good. 2 points, good.
Wow.
Jared DeVries. I think that's his first carry, and it's good for 2 points.
I don't understand why it takes so long. I don't really get it, but that's high school football.
That's high school football indeed. Big drive for Unity here. 10-play, 68-yard drive. Took 4 minutes and 40 seconds. A lot of that thanks to Justin Phoebus. And he was the one who capitalized at the end for a 1-yard touchdown run, followed by a Jared DeVries 2-point conversion. That came after a turnover on downs. Puts the score 8-0.
And it does come back to the penalty, right? You had the big play to Rock, then you had the penalty which kind of calls them back, and then, you know, you go for it on a 4th and 5. You feel like you have a really good play, and you know, Unity made a great stop. So the Sailors got to bounce back here. They're having a little bit of success on offense. They got to build on it and keep being aggressive and confident in what they got.
Justin Phoebus, too. He's going to Kelvin next year, playing defensive back.
Yeah.
I tell you, Unity has a little bit of success of guys going from the lower level, making a stop up at SEC play, and then going to play for the hometown team.
Yeah.
Is it Isaac or Isaiah Tesla? Who is it?
Isaac Tesla.
Tesla, there we go. All right, now Rock on the return as he works it
Good
from right
path.
to left. Nice Blaine as he follows his blockers. Easton Rock, big return as he sets up the Sailors in wonderful field position for their 3rd drive of the game.
Great special teams right there. They really create a really good wall on that left side, and he's running for a long time. But Rock, with his speed, he was able to kind of get to the outside, and that's what the Sailors need. They need a little bit of momentum to start this drive.
So now we'll see Schiltz come out again, and again, success on that 2nd drive. Gave the South Christian Sailors a bit of energy, a bit of juice as look at the opportunity to return the favor, get on the board here. 1st and 10 now. Schiltz with Vandegrind lined up next to him. Handoff, no keeper by Schiltz right up the middle on that read option. Pushes his head forward to the 45. Nice 6-yard run.
Yeah, big tackle by 57 Jackson Brinks. I mean, holy cow, these guys can really hit. But that's what Sailors kind of got to do. They got to get those 4 or 5-yard runs, especially on 1st down. Continue to move the chains and just chip away. Let the big play come.
2nd and 4 now. Rock goes in motion. Handoff to Rock. He turns the corner. Nice block. He's got a lane. He's just got to break a couple tackles, and he does. Across the 40 to the 30, down to the 20. Can he beat his man? Can he get a blocker? He does. Touchdown, Easton Rock. Nice run by the sophomore, Easton Rock. Breaking a couple tackles, following his blockers, and he gets on the board for South Christian. 55-yard touchdown run.
Man, what a play right there by Easton Rock. And he's just a game changer. He's a different type of player, different type of athlete, different type of speed, and really good block. But, man, I felt like Easton really did it all on that one.
you kind of gave a little signal to me before that, saying, watch out for 12.
Yep.
And there he was as a sophomore. They've just found ways to get him involved more and more as the season has gone on. Point after is up, and it's good. Sailors just going to take the one, down one, 7-8 as they answer.
Big answer. What do you think about going for one there, Bryce? What I mean, you need to go for two, and then you taking the one. What do you think, Coach?
I think you take the points.
Yeah,
I think you take the points here. I don't know if you want to fall. I think actually thinking about that question, going back to last year, they did kind of chase the points, and if you miss the first couple or you don't get the first two, you kind of start to fall back a little further than you'd like.
I think there's a lot of analytics in there. Obviously, our coaching staff, they know exactly what they're doing, but I think you're right. You don't want to fall, or all of a sudden that 2 becomes a 4, becomes a 6, because that's just a whole nother touchdown. So good job, 100-man right there, knocking in the extra point. Man, those extra points are looking a lot better, but I can't say enough about the sophomore Eastern Rock. I mean, he's just a difference maker with different speed out there.
He has 3 carries for 90 yards for the sophomore. That 2-play, 61-yard drive took 42 seconds. It was capped off by that 55-yard touchdown run. And that actually, it does take us into the second quarter. Interesting sequence of events as South Christian scores, and you kind of hit the quarter break, and we're just going to keep playing. So getting ready for the second quarter of action. Sailors down 1. Hudson Kerstetter, the kicker, you mentioned it, had some struggles early as he came onto the team, I won't say midway through the season, but wasn't with the team originally.
Yep.
Took on and assumed kicking duties and has really, really improved every single week.
Yeah, and unfortunately the soccer season is over for him, so he will just focus here on football.
That kick goes deep. How did the Sailors?
Yeah, a tough one for our boys soccer team. A young team this year. Coach Van Koppel does a tremendous job, and they had some really, really good wins, but they were just in a really tough district with Holland Pub, Holland Christian, Union Christian. We fell to Holland Pub in the semifinals, but it's like I said, it's a young team. And there's a lot of guys coming back, really excited about our soccer program. But you got to also hand to Holland Pub. I mean, they won 4-1, and they just kind of beat us that night. So Hudson, he'll be able to kind of step over to football and focus on that. But thank you to all the soccer seniors and everything they did to wear the Sailor Blue. Really appreciate everything you guys did.
Correct if I'm wrong. Did they win the conference? Or did they
lose?
They did.
Yeah.
So shout out to the Sailor boys team, conference champions. Sailors football team looking to do the same tonight. A win, they'll get a share of that conference title as Buller takes the handoff, and he gets stuck. Nice contact there as we're watching some big boy football right now.
Yeah, there's Hunterman again. I mean, that's the one thing about that kid. He likes contact. He's only a sophomore. He's only listed at about 5'9", but, man, he is a physical kid. And it's nice to see guys who are talented on offense come over to the defensive side and make those kind of plays.
South Christian's front 4, and it's not always been only 4 guys, 5, 6 guys in that rotation consistently has really been the stalwart of this defense. And they're going to be needing to answer the bell tonight. 2nd and 8 now. Different set, wing tee set now for the Crusaders as he gets brought down the back. Lucas Elliott gets the carry and brought down. As great pursuit by the South Christian defense. Going to set up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, I'll fire up Coach Burris, the defensive coordinator. And big play right there by Cashin Vinsalkama, the senior. And, that's what they need to do. Those linebackers, they got to get in the backfield. They got to get reads, try to find different tips where they can kind of figure out which way the ball's going.
Pads are popping here tonight. You can hear some of these hits from the booth. And if you've been to this stadium, it's a big one. So some big boy football this evening. All right, 3rd and 12 for the Crusaders. 10:42 to go. As Peevis rolls right, he's got a convoy of blockers. He's got to find his lane, and he does. Almost tripped up, but breaks his tackle at the 45 across down to the 50. And that was a tremendous run by Justin Phoebus as he had a couple blockers in a lane. 32-yard pickup for the quarterback.
This kid is talented. I can't lie. I don't watch a lot of Unity football. I watch a little bit of film to prep for the game, but when you see him in person, he's fast. And he's strong, and he breaks tackles. Heck of a run there by the quarterback.
Senior is savvy. He's carrying. He's really been the lifeline for this offense. He's got 6 carries, 79 yards. This time he'll hand it off to DeVries. DeVries along that right side breaks the tackle across the 35. First down, Jared DeVries, the big first down carry.
Yeah, and just as a Sailor defense, you can't try to let them have back-to-back big plays and in one play first down kind of play. So they got to dig deep right here. They got to toughen up a little bit on the outside. They got to watch Phoebus, obviously, but they got to try to keep it contained, send it back to your help in the middle.
Another tailback in the game now for Unity is Ryer DeVries. It's interesting, too, just going back to the games last year, not a lot of rotations for Unity as they had a very experienced team and a lot of really good players. We're seeing a lot more numbers in uniforms this year, as this time it's Dirks on that right side. He patiently waits for his hole to open up, and it does, as he crosses the first down line down to the 20.
Yeah, 3 straight quick first downs for Unity. They're mixing it up, doing a good job, but the defense can't get tired here as they're going quick.
14-yard pickup for Dirks as they'll go back to Elliott here, and he's met by Nathan Potter and company. Bring him down for no gain.
Yeah, and Cashman and Salcombe right there again, the senior, and that's what they got to do. They got to get that pressure from Potter on the inside. Linebackers got to clean it up.
Check that was a loss of 1. Send up a 2nd and 11. Power T set now. Phoebus rolls, looks to his right, wide open receiver in the flat. That's DeVries. DeVries powers his way forward across the end zone line. Touchdown, Unity. How about that for yards after catch? Ryer DeVries comes in and makes a big play.
And that's what makes it tough about, going against this Unity offense. They pound it, and then they sneak that tight end right there, and there really was nobody there to cover him, and he didn't have a hard time scoring a touchdown. Another big play for Crusaders.
Interesting. Unity coming out for the point after. The kick is up, and it's good. Unity 15, South Christian 7. We'll be right back after this here on Michigan Sports Radio and the Sailor Zone.
I wanted to be a teacher since I was in preschool. As a teacher, I know that I am called to not only make an impact on the students that I teach, but to help them come up with creative solutions to be change agents themselves that Calvin has instilled in me to be an agent of renewal in this world. And how can they help be a problem solver? How can they creatively come up with solutions to better not only the space that they are involved in, but the space that others are involved in as well?
15-7 is your score here from Falcon Stadium. Unity Christian touchdown drive led by the quarterback, Justin Phoebus, as he squib kicks, onside kick. That one's just bouncing. That one's not even 10 yards. As that one halts right at the 49 and a half.
And I think the umpire missed that one. I think it was touched even earlier than that. I think it was touched at the 5.
45?
Yeah, at the 45, which I thought should have been a penalty. So either way, I guess Sales will get the ball right here in good field position. And, hey, risk-reward right there, Bryce.
Interesting play call by head coach Craig Tibby as he gives the ball back to South Christian in great field position. All right, here we go. South Christian. Dax Blackport in motion. Schiltz with the keeper as he stutters, patiently waiting behind his offensive line. Pushes ahead for 3.
Yeah, and the thing about Dax, he's such a physical kid. They're going to have to hand it to him sometimes, but at the end of the day, he's out there to block and create that hole for Schiltz. And he's going to have a real challenge here with some of these Unity linebackers. And, 2 big, strong kids going at it. This one's going to be a fun one to watch all night.
8:11 to go, 2nd and 7. Schiltz sends Blackport in motion again. This time with the give to Blackport as he has a lane. Not before he's met by a Crusader at the 35. He pushes his way forward. First down, the big fella catches some steam, picks up some big yards.
And that's what you need to do. You need to try to get him in motion and try to get him in open space. like we've told you before, he's a track star and he is fast.
Big first down for South Christian as Schiltz now goes back to work. Rock in motion, flags fly. South Christian went early.
Yeah, I think that one's going to be on 55 right there, and he kind of knew it right away. He got a little excited, and again, those are the mistakes that the Sailors just got to do a better job, and that's 3 penalties early so far.
Penalty stalling out the Sailor drives here. South Christian, again, folks, 4-3. This is a win tonight. Will give them a share of the OK Gold Conference title. They'll share it with Unity as well as Zeeland West. So a lot on the line. Of course, some guarantees for playoff positions as well for South Christian. Now Schiltz drops back to pass. Has Blacksport open for a quick slant and just throws it behind him as you see Schiltz slapping his knee, saying, let that one go.
Yeah, he just missed him. Great play call, and that's the one that they want to try to get to Dax early in an open space. It's basically like a guarantee 8-yard gain, but you know, Brody, he just doesn't have a lot of experience back there, and he'll grow and he'll get better at, but I know he's a competitor. I know that's one he wants back because he knows he can make that play.
Again, Schiltz only a sophomore, played last year on varsity, only really defensive snaps, came in early this season at a wide receiver position before making the move to quarterback. His handoff now goes to Rock. Rock tries to turn the corner this time. The Unity defense was ready, brought down by Bueller and DeVries, 23 and 24, in on the tackle.
Yeah, I think Unity kind of saw that one coming. You know, Sailors have kind of gone to Rock more and more on these long third downs, trying to get those big plays, and I think they kind of snuffed that one out. So I wouldn't be surprised if it looks like he is. He's going to bring in Burgess right here on a long third down.
Yeah, 3rd and 13. Austin Burgess seeing his first reps at quarterback. Burgess now sends Blackport in motion. Handoff to Blackport along that left side. Has to turn the corner.
No.
That ball comes out, pops out, easily picked up by Unity, and a costly turnover there for the freshman as he gives the ball back to the Crusaders at the 20.
Yeah, frustrating too because that was a good play, and he had at least, 9-10 yard gain. And a good job by Unity's defense kind of popping it out from the backside. And, you know, younger player, and you know, Dax is going to be a great player here for a long time. And this is when his teammates need to pick him up. Senior leadership, you got to go find him on those sidelines, and you just got to pick him up because you know he's frustrated with it himself.
Unity Christian just went 80 yards for their last touchdown, and they'll have the opportunity to do that again here with 6.5 minutes to go. Handoff, his keeper now is Phoebus. Phoebus breaks a couple tackles, and he turns the corner, and all of a sudden Justin Phoebus is streaking down the sideline. That was the best run of the night by the quarterback as he made some absolute magic happen.
I'm a fan. I'm a Phoebus fan. I mean, this guy, I keep trying to tell our listeners, I mean, he is small and he is fast and he's tough. I mean, we could have had him down twice in the backfield, and he just scampered away. So the Sailors, they got to keen in right here on 14, and they got to keep him under control.
1st and 10, 6:17 to go. As Phoebus now drops back. He's got him open, man downfield, doesn't see him. Tries to throw. That one's a fumble. Interception picked off by, is that Blackport? No, that's Cody Jones. Cody Jones makes the big pick. And I tell you what, Phoebus had a wide open man, and he was looking for him. He saw him, but before he could get the ball off, got popped. That one's picked off. South Christian, big turnover.
I mean, that's our 3rd turnover of the game, right? We've had two fumbles and now a pick. So, you know, a lot can happen. I mean, you feel like, you know, Dax Blackport, you got it right there. You got a good run. All of a sudden, fumble. Next thing you know, Unity drops down, and it was almost like a strip sack interception. I don't know what you want to call it, but Cody Jones make a play. And now Sailors got the ball. Great field position, right back where they would have been.
We don't have replay, but that even looked like it might have been a fumble either way. So even if that ball hit the dirt, that could have been a live ball opportunity for the Sailors. But it doesn't matter. As Cody Jones, one of the best players on that Sailor defense, reaps the reward and is ready in position to pick that ball off. Now he's lined up at that right tackle spot, setting up a 1st down for South Christian. Now Blackport in motion. Keeper Schiltz along the right side, busted outside, breaks the tackle. Nice block downfield as he cuts ahead to the 15, down to the 12. Really nice run there by Schiltz.
Yeah, really good run by Brody right there. Really good patience. And I also love how at the end of the play, he tucked the ball and fell forward to get those extra 3 yards and really protect that ball. As we've seen before, Unity can really get after and try to get some strips.
15-yard carry for Schiltz. 5:50 to go. Great answer and response right now for the Sailors is Jesse Vandegrind lined up in the backfield to Schiltz's left. 2 to each side. On that right hash, Schiltz now in motion.
Yeah.
Not
Another
too early. Yep.
Yeah, Vandegrind number 3. You could see that one right there. And just, you got to stay still. You can't go early. I mean, that's the 4th penalty right there on the Sailors. And every time they're making this momentum, they just kind of bite themselves in the foot and back it up. And that's just got to be frustrating for Coach Brown.
Yeah, just really not quite drive stalling, but just definitely consequential penalties. More so it feels like than usual. As you mentioned, 4th penalty now for the Sailors. It's going to set up a 1st and 15 from the 18-yard line going in. Just joining us, Sailors fumbled the ball and then picked the ball off about 3 plays later. Get themselves back in the position to score. Handoff now to Vandegrind as he's met right at about the line of scrimmage. Picks up maybe a yard.
Yeah, good job by that Unity front line. Joshua Bremer right there. The linebacker running back with a big stop. And, you know, that's the play that South Christian wants to continue to build on is that inside run, and they're going to need it here sooner or later.
You're right. They've had success on the outside. You got to keep the defense honest. And they're looking to do that here. South Christian taking their time.
Which I agree with, Bryce. I think you almost have to. You almost have to think, well, Unity's going to have an opportunity to score. So I would even take more time here if they could.
Blackboard is lead blocker now along that left side. Great pursuit by Unity. I think that was Jack Portinga.
There's a flag on the play. I think this one could be on Unity, Bryce. Something happened with Rock on the outside. Almost looked like a defensive holding possibly, but we'll see what they come up with.
They're signaling it over to Unity. I don't know if they want to, if it's on the Sailors, maybe ask if they want to decline it. Or if, like you mentioned, that was a defensive penalty and they're going to accept it.
Take it back.
It's a holding call. Yeah, bang, bang play on the outside. That's not the flag. 5th penalty is Sailors in great position, now marching backwards.
And a holding penalty is just killer. I mean, it's 10 yards is a long way to go back. So we'll see what Danny Brown does right here. Looks like about 2nd and 27, but it's basically to the end zone.
First down the line is about the 3. So still could still get the first down as they're going to take a quick timeout. We'll do the same. Be right back.
Kellermeyer Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, providing quality, reliable service since 1996.
Folks, you looking for food that's actually fresh and good for you? Locavana brings farm fresh food right to your front door, and ordering a week of groceries takes 5 minutes or less. Their website features trusted West Michigan farmers and food producers, so every bite is healthier, tastier, and better for your family. And because they deliver their own temperature-controlled trucks, everything arrives just as fresh as it left the farm. Skip the grocery store and use code football15 on locavana.com to save 15% on your first order. All right, Sailors dealing with the consequences of a couple penalties in this series. They're back to the 27-yard line as Schiltz drops back. He's going to go deep to his man. Owen Burgess got tripped up. No flag. They're actually going to call the flag as they tried to return it. That ball was picked off, and he blew the whistle and shut the play down, which I don't know if he meant to do that. You're supposed to do that, but would-be interception, I think, would be taken away.
I don't know why an official wouldn't throw the flag when he sees it and why he would wait all the way till the interception and then throw the flag. Owen
Or blow
Burgess,
the whistle. You're not
or
supposed to-
yeah,
you're not supposed to blow the whistle.
Owen Burgess obviously was tripped at about the 8-yard line. Now, whether incidental or not, that's the referee's decision.
Yep. Ball was in the air.
Ball was in the air, but I don't know what other penalty he could have.
They're talking about it here. That's never a good sign. And again, it's interesting that they blew the whistle because you should let that play go on. Ref's still talking about it.
Yeah.
It's a big penalty if that one
Yeah.
comes back against the Crusaders.
These are the things that just really frustrate you, and you get it as high school officials, but these guys got to be better.
They're waving off the flag.
I think they're going to say it was an incidental trip. Yeah, first down.
Wow.
Unity. Wow.
No mic for the ref, but no, the flag is picked up. And interception stands. That was Joshua Bremer, the safety, coming over for the easy pick. And ball exchanging hands back and forth here tonight. Fourth or fifth turnover in this game.
Yeah.
Danny Brown, as you would imagine, is not overly thrilled with that call, and he wants a explanation.
Yeah, and again, maybe that's why it was such a late flag, because the official wasn't sold on it. But again, the frustrating part for a coach is when you see it, you call it, and then don't just throw it later and then talk about it with the other guys. He had no conviction on his call, and I think because of that, ultimately decided to pick up the flag.
Well, and here's the other thing, too, is the fact that they blew the whistle and they blew him down at the 3.
Right.
He could have picked up more yards. Bremer could have
Right, great point.
after this play, but instead the whistle was blown and Unity Christian's going to get the ball at 3.
Which then Unity's coach should also
Should
be
be
upset
upset, yeah.
about. So I don't really know what's going on down there. I mean, I'm a coach, so I can't say officials are my best friends, but I like it when they do a good job.
All right, well, South Christian's going to need to make some magic happen as Unity goes right up the middle to a streaking man as he has nothing but daylight in front of him. That's Rear DeVree for his second touchdown of the night as he had nothing but daylight. Touchdown, Crusaders.
And that's the one that I talked about earlier, Bryce. That inside trap is the one play you have to be able to stop because it happens so fast. And if you don't get your defensive lineman to plug that hole, that's the one that your linebackers and your DNs, you're so worried about the outside that you just can't make any comeback. And, that's what happens, 97 yards in blink of an eye.
Kick is on by Bremer as he made that happen with that interception. Unity Christian 22, South Christian 7. We'll be right back after this.
Car Center is an automotive collision repair company with multiple shops throughout West Michigan.
Our goal is simple, to bring hospitality to the collision repair industry.
You can find us online at carcentermi.com to find the location nearest to you. Because at Car Center, fixing cars is our job.
But helping people, that's our business.
Tonight's high school football broadcasts on Michigan Sports Radio are presented by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Wherever your child is headed, there's free money to get them where they want to go.
97-yard touchdown run. Rear DeVree with the fullback dive for the touchdown. And in a blink of an eye, South Christian now down big after a interesting sequence of events of flags, no flags, whistles, shouldn't be whistles,
Turnovers. Onside kicks that don't work. I mean, it's been an exciting first half. Things have just not gone the Sailors' way, and a lot of it has to do with the penalties.
Now Vandegrind gets this opportunity to give the Sailors good field position as he looks for something along that outside. He's met by DeVree. That's where South Christian will start. Mind you, Unity Christian did win the toss and they deferred, so South Christian really need to get some points on the board and hopefully take up the final 3 minutes and 53 seconds.
Yeah, that's a great point, Bryce. I mean, Danny Brown's got to be thinking, knowing that Unity's going to have the ball, to be aggressive. They have plenty of time. You want that perfect 4-minute drive right now, not give them the ball back, but also score.
They'll look to that here from the sophomore quarterback. As he keeps it along that right side, up the middle. Nice spin move out of a tackle across the 30 to the 31. 8-yard pickup.
Yeah, good play right there from Brody Schultz, and that's what they're going to need. They're going to need those 8-yard pickups and those solid plays that just constantly continue to move the chains while using clock.
As I mentioned, Unity Christian really rotating those defensive players. Now a new set of linebackers and new members of their front four too, keeping the Crusaders defense fresh. They go back to Schultz, similar run play on that first down. He's met in the backfield. Excellent pursuit and excellent contain by Luke Vanderswag.
Yeah, and Jared DeVries right there. I felt like 24 DeVries kind of led with his helmet on that one. And, you know, that's something they're going to have to watch out there as officiating crew, is these players can't lead with the crown of their helmet, especially against the quarterback.
Now sets up a 3rd and 3, loss of 1. Third down has not been kind to South Christian. 0 for 3 tonight. This is a much-needed first down here. 2:42 to go in this first half. Schultz with Vandergrind lined up to his right. Keeper Schultz tries to find some lane on that left side, and he does. Enough for a first down. Nice run there by Brody Schultz.
Yeah, great play right there. It was a little jammed up in the back who was going to get the ball, and that was a tough run right there for a big first down.
Schultz grabbing his up a little gingerly, I'll put it. So he gets the play in. Yeah, interesting spot here is obviously you don't want to give Crusaders the ball back, but with one timeout, South Christian does want to be mindful of the clock. As Rock goes motion, high snap. That one shoots over Schultz's head. Schultz pounces on it and goes down at the 10, and snap has not really been an issue for South Christian all season. All of a sudden, negative 23 yards because of it.
Yeah, we did have that one play earlier this year, East Grand Rapids game, snapping over Burgess's head, and he didn't dive on it, try to pick it up, and ended up being a touchdown for East Grand Rapids. But to your point, yeah, in the last 4 weeks, our snaps have been pretty good, and that is just a killer. And it looks like we're going to have a timeout here in the field.
I think Tibby's going to take a timeout. We'll take a quick break.
Car Center is an automotive collision repair company with multiple shops throughout West Michigan.
Our goal is simple: to bring hospitality to the collision repair industry.
You can find us online at carcentermi.com to find the location nearest to you. Because at Car Center, fixing cars is our job.
But helping people, that's our business.
Tonight's high school football broadcasts on Michigan Sports Radio are presented by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Wherever your child is headed, there's free money to get them where they want to go.
Sailors 156 to go in this first half, and they have a lot of work to do. Negative 23 yards thanks to a high snap that shot over Schultz's head, and he's able to jump on it. But now sets up a 2nd and long. Sailors, I think, be thrilled to take this one into half now, as instead Schultz drops back. No, steps up in the pocket, tries to find a lane, and he can't go anywhere. Brought down in the backfield. That was Jonathan Huker. Loses another 3 yards.
Yeah, they're going to have to punt this one, Bryce. Just unfortunate drive right there. They felt like they had a little momentum going, but it just kind of goes back to they're just kind of biting themselves in the foot right now between penalties and turnovers and right now. And I really feel like the score doesn't really match up with how they've played. They've just been making some bad decisions that have hurt them in costly situations.
We talked about it at the pregame. You cannot make these mistakes. It's to stick with a team as high-powered and as talented as Unity is, and unfortunately that has not been the result. It's penalties, turnovers, mishaps all over the place have caused a lot of headaches for Coach Brown and this staff. Tune in to the Van Solkema Farms halftime show. We'll go over all the action from the first half, as well as a message from the MHSAA, and look ahead to the second half of action. So make sure to tune in to the Van Solkema Farms halftime show. Timeout was taken by the Crusaders as Tibby sees this as an opportunity to get the ball back and extend the lead here.
Yeah, if there's ever time you're going to need a big punt, you're going to need it right here, because Unity is going to have enough time here to try to make a drive with one timeout left in just under 2 minutes.
You'd imagine that no matter what the Sailors do, Unity still with the timeout in their pocket will take it. Tough to convert on 3rd and 36.
Interesting. Burgess isn't in the punt.
Oh, it's 3rd down.
Oh, my fault.
Easton Rock with the carry on the right side. He gets met and swarmed down by a host of Unity's Christian Crusaders, as this defense has been stout all night long. Another timeout for Unity. That'll stop the clock with 1:45 to go. Sailors in obvious punting formation. You got to give the Unity Christian defense a ton of credit. Really has held South Christian in check. They've got a couple plays, and thanks to turnovers, of course, too, and really kept this high-powered against Sailors. 40 points in their last 2 games against 2 formidable opponents.
Right. Yeah.
Held to 7 in this first half.
I really feel like it's been their defensive line and their linebackers too. They got some big, fast guys up front, and they're just kind of owning that line a little bit more than South right now.
South Christian now is going to have to punt. Burgess on it. They're going to try to, like you said, he'll need the best punt of his life here. As the superstar, Justin Phoebus, Mr. Do Everything for this Crusaders unit, lined up at about the 43, 42. High, short kick. Phoebus lets that one bounce, takes a Sailor bounce, but still a tough spot to be in as there's a minute 35. That's where Unity will get this ball.
Yeah, they definitely got time. I mean, if I'm Coach Tibb in Unity right now, I'm trying to put my foot down right here and try to go score, because you're getting the ball back. So it's a big opportunity for the Sailors. Got to get a big stop, try to go into half and stop the bleeding.
Sailors looking for another turnover. A couple already in this game. Mark DeYoung lined up deep at that safety position. Got to stay honest, but with 135 and only 39 yards to go, really everything's open for the Crusaders that do not have any timeouts, but they go quickly, they can do some damage. So now Phoebus hand up up the middle to Elliott, and his green cleats, he takes that one to the 30. That one's just short of the first down, so it does help the Sailors as the clock keeps ticking. Now Unity in that wing tee set, tight end to the right. Handoff now to DeVree. DeVree with the carry, enough for the first down. That'll stop the clock.
Yeah, and just back-to-back inside traps right there. They had success, obviously, with the 97-yard run, so they're kind of going back to it, but they're going fast here.
Unity utilizing the wristbands as Phoebus rolls to his right with a convoy of blockers again, chased by Jones, brought down by Jones and DeYoung. They've had some success with that play already in this game to pick up 7 on that first down.
There's a lot of blockers out in front of that one. They pulled about 3 offensive linemen for Phoebus.
Now Phoebus, handoff, now to Elliott. Elliott met by DeYoung and a host of other South Christian Sailors. Enough for the first down, so it does stop the clock.
Yeah, Danny Brown, the Sailors, they need this clock to run. They got to find a way to get a stop here.
Danny's going to take his timeout. Maybe wanted to. Yeah, interesting timeout call as Danny Brown takes the timeout. 22-7 is your score. Mind you, Unity 7-0, looking to take on a perfect season. Next week, they'll finish out the season with Pontiac Notre Dame. School from the east side of the state will travel west out to Hudsonville to face the Crusaders there for their home finale. South Christian will have Catholic Central at Catholic Central next week as well.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of, Bryce, is he felt like his defense was tired or wasn't in the right position or had the right guys out there. So, you know, interesting timeout. Hopefully it pays off.
All right, 1st and 10, ball on the 19-yard line. 33 seconds to go. Unity in that tee as Phoebus drops back to pass, looks deep, has an open man. And that's a touchdown catch. Carter Schulten for the touchdown grab. The tight end on the corner route makes the Sailors pay with 27 seconds left to go.
And that's what I was watching in warm-ups. They were throwing tons of those corner passes, and I tell you, they were completing all of them. And they got these big tight ends, big receivers, and just a great pass right there from Phoebus, and just beat the outside defensive back for an easy touchdown.
Just like that, Unity Christian extends this lead point after up. And it is good. Well, Taylor, blink of an eye, just like that, South Christian now in a really dangerous position here. 27 seconds left, no timeouts.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what really is open for the offense.
Yeah, I'm not sure. You know, I'm not sure in this situation. It's hard because, you know, Unity's going to get the ball, and, you know, we've been running the ball a lot and haven't really opened up the pass. They could put Burgess back in and try to complete some passes and get some momentum going down. But I think at the end of the day, you probably got to just get into halftime, regroup, and talk about some of the mistakes they've made.
That touchdown drive was a 4-play, 39-yard touchdown drive. Took a minute and 8 seconds. Phoebus capped that off with a 24-yard touchdown pass to Carter Schulten. .27 seconds to go.
Yeah, a couple score updates with folks at home. Rockford over Jenison 38-7. Catholic Central over Holland Christian 35-7. And Kentwood Hills, the Resurgence, 28-21 over Coopersville.
That kick high, fielded by Easton Rock. Goes in the middle of the field, right side, breaks the tackle, almost had a lane, but eventually swarmed by Austin DeYoung and company. I'll tell you what, that you just mentioned two teams there who are in the Michigan Sports Radio Remax Power Poll top 10, both Kentwood Hills and Catholic Central. Catholic Central, of course, undefeated. They've been rolling through their conference. .18 seconds to go here. Imagine Sailors try to take a couple shots here as Austin Burgess now in the game. Also in the game at receiver for the Sailors is Lincoln Pluger, getting his first reps. Burgess looks back, looks to his right, pump fakes, throws it to Pluger, who's is open at the 45. That one sails high.
Yeah, I think this is the right decision by Coach Brown. Get Austin Burgess in there, get a more passer-friendly offense. But I think right there, instead of going for the big play, I think he wanted more of that 15-yard completion, because now it's going to get a little more difficult.
Second and 10 now. Ball on the 29, 13 seconds to go in the second quarter. Burgess drops back, steps up in the pocket, moves around, looking for an open man. Does have Pluger as that one sails just out of his hands as he's fading out of bounds.
Yeah, 5 seconds here. Gotta think they might just take a knee and go into half.
So Osterhaven comes in the game. Five seconds to go. Third and 10. 5 wide. 4 wide and a tight end, I should say, as Rock Goes in motion, another high snap, but fielded by Burgess as he runs on that right side. But he's met in the backfield by Austin DeYoung. And that'll do it for the first half of action. 29-7 is your score as the Crusaders shell shock South Christian in that second quarter. A lot of work to do for the Sailors as they go into halftime. We're going to take a quick break. A couple messages from our sponsors. Pay the bills here. We'll be right back for the Van Solkema Farms halftime show here on Michigan Sports Radio and on the Sailor Zone.
Ahead of the holidays with Surf Fiber Fast Internet. Get all the speed you need, plus the perks you deserve, like free installation, free Wi-Fi, and so much more. Get Fiber Fast Internet today. Plans start as low as $30 a month with autopay. Visit surfinternet.com.
Uccello's Restaurante is where great food and sports come together. There's something for everyone from a variety of handcrafted pizzas along with classic Italian dishes. With over 50-plus TVs on each location, you won't miss any action of the big game. Plus, they deliver. To check out their menu or order online, go to uccellos.com. Check us out to see why we're the #1 sports lounge in the area.
Then let's take a look. As I mentioned over the phone, wear and tear.
Oh man, they're never gonna buy this thing. Wear and tear? Well, there's the coffee stain on the seat. It needs new brakes. All 4 wheels squeak. The passenger door doesn't even have a handle. Not to mention that one time I went to my uncle's farm and backed up into a truck full of shit.
Should about cover it. You're all set.
Oh.
Don't overthink it. Seller to Weller.
Is your landscape a free buffet for the deer? Well, Deer Solution Repellent Service can help protect your shrubs and flowers from deer damage. Visit deersolution.com and schedule your free estimate today.
Tonight's high school football broadcasts on Michigan Sports Radio are presented by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Wherever your child is headed, there's free money to get them where they want to go.
Deep down, you've always had something special. But you have to go when no one's watching to see how special you really are.
The furnace is free when you install an AC at Service Professor. BOGO is back for a limited time, 2 for the price of 1.
Service Professor will fix it in a snap.
Welcome in to the Van Solkema Farms halftime show here on Michigan Sports Radio, streaming on the Sailor Zone here. 29-7 is your score in this first half of action. The finale for the OK Gold regular season matchup here between Unity and South Christian Sailors. Let's go over to tonight's scoring. Action kicked off with a 10-play, 66-yard touchdown drive for Unity as they turned the ball over. It caused the South Christian Sailors to punt on their first drive. That was capped off by a Phoebus 1-yard touchdown run. Sailors answered at the end of that first quarter when a 2-play, 61-yard touchdown. That was all thanks to a Easton Rock 55-yard touchdown run. Unity answered with 3 touchdown scoring drives of their own. The first one was 6 plays, 80 yards, took 3:19 on the clock. A Phoebus 21-yard pass to DeVry. Right after that, Unity Christian got the ball back coming off of an interception for a 1-play, 97-yard touchdown run by DeVry. And then the final score of the first half was a 4-play, 39-yard touchdown drive where Justin Phoebus hit an open Carter Schulten in the end zone to give the Crusaders a 29-7 lead. 279 total rushing yards on the ground for the Crusaders, 324 total for that offense, 151 yards for the Sailors. So big first half for Unity. We'll take a quick break. Message from the MHSAA and be back after this on the Van Solkema Farms halftime show.
We're less than 2 weeks away from crowning a field hockey champion and from announcing the pairings for the football playoffs. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Most football teams have 2 regular season games left this year before Selection Sunday and the start of the postseason. Let's take you through the next couple of weeks on the gridiron. Sunday, October 26th is Selection Sunday. The 32 teams with the most playoff points in each of the 8 11-player divisions will be divided into district pairings. In 8-player, the top 16 teams in each of the 2 divisions will qualify for postseason play. The Selection Sunday show will air live on the NFHS network at 5 p.m. 11-player districts start October 31st, as do the 8-player regionals. Staying with 8-player, regional finals will begin November 7th. The semifinals are Saturday, November 15th. And the 8-player finals are Saturday, November 22nd at the Superior Dome in Marquette. And those games will be live on the NFHS network. In 11-player, district finals start November 7th. Regionals will be November 14th and 15th. The 16 semifinals will be played on Saturday, November 22nd, with the finals Friday and Sunday after Thanksgiving at Ford Field. Both days of finals will kick off at 9:30 a.m. The even divisions will play on Friday. The odd divisions will play on Sunday. And all 8 finals will air live on the NFHS network. The NFHS network is your home for the postseason from Selection Sunday to the finals. Sign up and subscribe at nfhsnetwork.com. And to see your team's playoff points and where they rank within their division, check out mhsaa.com and click on football. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, Olivet senior golfer Jocelyn Rolston. She captured the first regional golf championship in school history, earning a trip to the state finals in the process. Harper Woods wide receiver Dakota Grant, he had a 99-yard kickoff return for touchdown and caught a touchdown in a 41-32 win over previously unbeaten Saline. And to the Bark River Harris football team, they beat Iron Mountain in Week 2 for the first time in school history, and then beat them again in Week 7, clinching a share of the Western Peninsula Athletic Conference Iron Championship.
Graduating seniors could qualify for a tuition-free skill certificate or associate degree through the new Community College Guarantee, no matter their GPA or your household income. Or if your child plans to attend a 4-year university or career school, the Michigan Achievement Scholarship Program has them covered. They could get up to $27,500 toward a bachelor's degree or up to $4,000 for career training. Complete the FAFSA to get started at mi.gov/achievement.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
We're on the tennis court today, returning a ball that our opponent has hit. We swing, hitting the ball with the strings and then again with the frame of the racket as our swing continues. The double hit ball goes over the net and bounces past our opponent for a point. Or is it our point? Can you hit the ball twice? You can, if it's all part of one continuous swing. You can hit the ball more than twice even, as long as it's the same swing. You can't intentionally hit the ball twice or hit the ball and then re-hit it. It's illegal if you deliberately catch or carry the ball and then hit it again. But if your double hit is part of one smooth swing, the stroke counts and play continues.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. The inaugural MHSAA Field Hockey Tournament is off and running. The playoffs started with 36 teams and will be down to the final 8 by the end of the week. Those 8 teams will play in the regional finals on October 20th. The semifinals are Wednesday, October 22nd at Ann Arbor Huron High School. Game times are 5 and 7 p.m. And the very first MHSAA Field Hockey Championship will be played Saturday, October 25th at Tom Holzer Field in Northville. The game starts at 11 a.m. Tickets for all of the remaining field hockey playoff games can be purchased at gofan.co. And games can be seen on the NFHS network, including both semifinals and the championship. For scores, updated brackets, tickets, and more, check out the field hockey page at mhsaa.com. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross. We'll be back next week.
Deep down, you've always had something special. you have to go when no one's watching. To see how special you really are.
Founded in 1969, J&H Family Stores has grown from a single tank truck to over 80 convenience stores in West Michigan. Our locations offer a variety of fuel options, including Exxon, Marathon, Mobil, and Citgo. At many of our stores, you'll be pleased to find a Subway, Little Caesars, or Tim Hortons. Find the location nearest you by visiting myjhfamilystores.com. There's one in your neighborhood.
Ultra Products is proud to sponsor and support South Christian Athletics. Ultra Products sells, installs, and services paint booths. We are the premier paint booth service company in Michigan. We are also the Carliner Collision Repair Equipment specialist for the state of Michigan. We would love to help you with your paint booth, filters, and collision repair equipment. Please give us a call at 616-877-0099.
As part of the South Christian family, Big O Smokehouse is proud to serve our community with high-quality snacks and gift ideas. Our beef jerky and snack sticks are perfect, healthy, high-protein options for on-the-go snacking, meal prep for aspiring athletes, or gifting. They're also a great addition to elevate your party or charcuterie spread. We offer customizable gift boxes, whether pre-made or tailored to your needs, an ideal gift for friends, family, or your business. Plus, enjoy case pricing to stay on budget with your weekly meal prep. Heard about us in this ad? Save 10% on your order when you visit us at Little Old Marketplace in Caledonia, our main location. Feel free to ask Bruce for a tour sometime. When you see Big O in the wild, grab a package and enjoy premium fuel while supporting local markets and shops. Visit bigosmokehouse.com or call 616-891-5555. We're happy to help you get to the best you've ever had premium protein to keep you running at full power. Bob's Collision, located at 3731 Eastern Ave, is here for all your collision repair needs, from minor fender benders to heavy collisions. Family owned and operated for 3 generations since 1967, we take pride in what we do, using state-of-the-art technology and materials along with iCar Platinum certification to repair your vehicle. Let us help you sail through your collision repairs. Call us at 616-245-5161. Go Sailors! For 85 years, Sobey Company has been a premier commercial construction contractor. Specializing in everything from walls and ceilings to floors and insulation, we have been a part of almost every large commercial construction project in West Michigan, including the newly constructed South Christian High School, Byron Center Christian renovations, and 2 expansion projects at Dutton Christian. Our skills and talented craftsmen can make any interior dream you have on a construction project a reality. Go Sailors! At Dutton Christian School, our mission is clear: to nurture the heart of biblical truth and equip the mind through academic excellence and impact the world for Christ. From classrooms to chapel, from athletics to music, from robotics to outdoor education, every lesson points students to God's Word. Discover a school where faith and learning come together. Burgess Surveying is a privately owned company that has been serving the West Michigan community and state for over 15 years. They perform a wide variety of surveying services. Whether you're a homeowner who is looking to establish your property lines or a large commercial contractor who wants his project to be completed efficiently and timely, Burgess Surveying can meet your needs. They strive to build long-lasting professional relationships built on trust with each of their clients. They're located in downtown Byron Center. Give them a call at 616-277-1636. You'll be sure to have a great experience. Legacy Christian School is on a mission to prepare Christ followers and kingdom builders, laying the foundation for lifelong learning and service. Students find their place in God's redemptive story where every subject points to Christ. With learning experiences that extend beyond our walls, we answer God's call to love our neighbors and restore His kingdom. Discover a close-knit community at Legacy where your child's faith can flourish, offering English and Spanish immersion from K through 8th, preschool, and extended care. All right, folks, welcome back, and thank you for joining us on the Van Solkema Farms halftime show. Van Solkema Farms wants to share with you a little bit more about Legacy Christian School. Legacy Christian is on a mission to prepare Christ followers and kingdom builders, laying the foundation for lifelong learning and experience. Students find their place in God's redemptive story where every subject points to Christ. With learning experiences that extend beyond your walls, they answer God's call to love the neighbor and restore his kingdom. Discover a close-knit community at Legacy where your child's faith can flourish, offering English and Spanish immersion from K through 8th, preschool, and extended care. As we mentioned, dominating first half for the Crusaders, 324 total yards of offense, 151 for the South Christian Sailors. Interception and a fumble were one of the big difference makers for South Christian in that first half. Unity did have a fumble of their own, as that was instrumental too for them. 148 yards for the Sailors, only 3 yards passing for South Christian, as that's going to need to change. First downs were also the part of the big story, and the difference between the two teams is 15 first downs for Unity, 5 for South Christian. Penalties, another factor for the Sailors. 5 penalties, costing the Sailors 35 total yards. No penalties for the Crusaders. Again, another interesting fact, it's just not pointing well, or I guess not looking great for South Christian, is third down conversions, 1 for 6. Whereas Unity Christian's only been in the third down position twice, and they've capitalized and converted each time, and they were 100%. Justin Phoebus, 2 for 3, 45 yards in the air, an interception and a touchdown. That interception came off of a hit as he was throwing the ball, so would have been a fumble potentially, but that's going to be logged as an interception. Schultz, 1 pass, 3 yards, and a pick of his own. Phoebus has been the answer to rushing the ball, 8 carries for 100 yards and 1 touchdown. Easton Rock, 5 carries, 92 yards, and a touchdown. 4 touchdowns in the first half for Unity, 1 for South Christian, as the Sailors are going to have to give the ball back to start this second quarter of action. The second half, third quarter, is brought to you by Burgess Surveying. Burgess Surveying is a privately owned company that has been serving the West Michigan family and state for over 15 years. They perform a wide variety of surveying services. Whether you're a homeowner who's looking to establish your property lines or a large commercial contractor who wants its project to be completed efficiently and timely, Burgess Surveying can meet your needs. They strive to build long-lasting professional relationships built on trust with each of their clients. They're located downtown Byron Center. Give them a call, 616-277-1636. You will be sure to have a great experience. All right, Taylor, we'll see what halftime adjustments have been made for really South Christian. I don't know how many halftime adjustments Unity needs to make, but we'll see what the Sailors come out with in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, this is all about second half adjustments right here, and Sailors have been good with adjustments right now. Unfortunately, they're going to have to start out with a stop, as Unity's going to get the ball here to start the half.
As that kick, it's a low kick fielded at the 7 by Elliott. Elliott lowers his shoulder across the 20, down to the 25, up to the 26. That's where they'll start this drive. And you're right, they are going. South Christian, if they want to stay in this game, down 29-7, stop is what you're going to need. I don't think you can let Unity score any more of this game.
Yeah, I agree, Bryce. I think you got to set the tone with a stop right here, and then you got to flip it to a quick score. So we'll see what the Coach Burgess and the defense has come up with, and they're going to have to really set the tone. But I'd really watch the quarterback more here in the second half. I just feel like he's been dynamite for Unity.
Yeah, it's Justin Phoebus as he takes the carry and he keeps it along that right side, turns the corner at the 30 where he gets popped out of bounds. Phoebus with a nice 5-yard carry to open up this drive. Hey, this drive is brought to you, or I guess I should say, shout out to Family Fare. They got a weekly special right now, a whole pork shoulder. Only $1.88 a pound. Visit shopfamilyfare.com for all those specials. All right, 2nd and 5, 11:24 to go. South Christian looking to get off the field here in this first drive of the second half. Handoff Up the middle, goes to Portinga as he powers his way off his center guard combo block across the 35 to the 38.
Yeah, and again, Unity seems to be moving fast here, Bryce, and that's where I think they've had a lot of their success in the speed of their offense.
Quick handoff to Elliott as he breaks free, breaks 2 tackles, now down to the 35, and this is where the Crusader offense is really humming right now.
Yeah, Lucas Elliott, just big, strong guy, and man, he's just killing him on that trap right there, and he's hard to take down. You got to get low.
29-yard carry for Elliott to get the first down. Now back to the wing T set as they keep it with Phoebus. Phoebus tries to work outside, waits for his blockers. He kicks it out to the sideline before being brought down at about the 29-yard line. Nice 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, and again, those 5-yard pickups are kind of what Unity wants, because that's how they can get to the big play. They'll go outside, inside, outside, inside. So, you know, South has got to be able to get some negative plays to really extend some of these defensive drives.
All right, look for that here as the handoff goes back to Portinga. He pushes his way forward, just shy of the first down. And again, just highlighting this new look Crusaders offense. They are rotating in a lot of bodies. I mean, we've seen Lucas Elliott, Jack Portinga, Hudson Dirks, Ryer DeVree. Let's just name a few who've already carried the ball in this first half. Yeah. Now Phoebus gets the first down with ease as he crosses the 20.
And there's probably the best one right there, right? The quarterback, Phoebus, right there. And he's having a lot of success on that outside. But like you said, that's Unique keeps their guys fresh, something that the Sailors wanted to do early on in their season with the running backs that they had. So, you know, Coach Burgess, they got to find a way to get a stop. That's just what it is, because if Unity scores here, it's just going to be hard to catch up.
Yeah, that one might do it. Handoff. Now up the middle. That went to the running back. And they're even shifting in offensive alignment here too. We're seeing fresh offensive alignment too, coming in and out. Now handoff up the middle again here. That's more than enough for the first down as this methodical drive keeps going, as the legs keep churning in the pocket, or excuse me, the pile presses forward another 3 yards.
Yeah, and a great job by playing through the whistle. That's what the coaches try to teach you to do right there. And the offensive line and the running back, they've been a good job fighting for every yard. So, I mean, right down to the goal line, and Sailors got to find a way here.
All right, first and goal from the 3, handoff up the middle to Portinga.
There we go.
Again, as the Sailors get to him, right as about he crosses the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, good stop right there. I think Klump was in there, Cashman Salcombe was in the stop, and this could be a momentum shifter. As a coach, this is what you want, a little adversity, and you want that momentum shift, and they got to find a way to get a stop.
Stop here would be huge as handoff this time goes to Elliott. Elliott goes to work along that left side. He's met at about the 6-inch yard line before being brought down. Set up a 3rd and goal.
Yeah, another good job. Cody Jones in there in the mix, and looks like the ball's just on that 1 yard line, and they're going to need to do it 2 more times because, you know, Unity's coming right up the middle here.
Stacked the offensive line to the left. Handoff goes to DeVries as he stumbles forward in the end zone. Touchdown, Crusaders. 35-7. And what an opening drive. Mind you, last year, folks, Unity was the #1 team. Rankings are everywhere. But you could say #1 team in West Michigan in Division IV. And they were looking for a trip to Ford Field.
Yep.
And the Sailors ruined everything for them last year. And what we're seeing here tonight is a team that is determined. I mean, they've a couple turnovers, and they did give up the big run, Easton Rock's touchdown run. But other than that, it has been a dominating performance. They're going to go for 2 here. Phoebus rolls to the right, fumble. That one hits the dirt. Not much damage can be done as the whistle gets blown.
Yeah, dead play right there in the 2-point conversions. Well, you know, every point matters. You know, the good news is, you know, you cut it 4 touchdowns instead of having to have any 2-point conversions on there.
We'll take a quick break. Be right back after this here.
Fix it in snap.
The furnace is free when you install an AC at Service Professor. BOGO is back for a limited time, 2 for the price of 1.
Service Professor will fix it in a snap.
All right, Unity Christian, big opening drive, touchdown. They go 74 yards on 10 plays, just under 4 minutes, capped off by a Jared DeVries touchdown run for 1 yard, giving the Crusaders a 35-7 lead. Kick goes to Van de Grijn, fielded by him at the 7. Goes from right to left, finds the lane before being brought down by Portinga. Ball popped out at the end, but I think his knee was down, and that's what the refs are going to say as well.
Yeah, he's going to be down there. A decent return right there for Jesse Van de Grijn. And I think, Danny Brown's got 2 decisions. One, I think you could go to Burgess right here, pass a little bit more, try to get some speed up offense right here, which I expect him to do so. And then maybe you come in there with Schultz later on. But as you're pointing out,
Schultz has got an ice pack around his left ankle.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just seeing this, folks. It looks like Schultz has one of his shoes off. So we'll try to figure out if he's able to return or not. In the meantime, back to Burgess.
Could be Austin Burgess show an opportunity to shine for the junior. As he sends Rock in motion. He's going to drop back to pass, throws it to Owen Burgess. Slant route on that left side, just out ahead of him. And that's someone we haven't really seen tonight is Owen Burgess.
Yeah, and again, that's an all-state receiver, and it's been a tough year from a standpoint of, he's not getting the same volume that he did last year playing with a guy like Carson Viss. But he's ready to go, and Austin Burgess, he can't miss that one right there, and I know he wants that one back because they're gonna have to be able to hit those slants to have success on this drive.
2nd and 10, 7:42 to go. Is Blackport now in motion? Handoff, Burgess with the keeper. Actually, as he's met by big 5'9", that's Max Berger.
Yeah, another longer 3rd down here, probably a pretty obvious passing play. They got to try to find some success here in the pass game.
Yeah, that Unity defensive line, Berger, Levi Alfringa also in there. They've been causing problems as they hit Blackport streaking on that seam route, tight end across the midfield line down to the 42. Late flag comes in.
Another one. Two late flags there, Bryce. I'm not sure what that is, but hopefully it's not against South, and it just adds to it. But good play right there. They love hitting Blackport on that streak play.
Personal foul, face mask comes in late, so tack on a couple extra. Nice pitch and catch there.
Yeah.
From Burgess to Blackport.
And again, that's what Austin's got to do. He's got to find some early success right here, get that confidence going, because we know this Sailor offense has the capabilities to pass with such good options on the outside. So I think this is going to be a different style offense we're going to see in the second half, but hopefully they can kind of get it going.
It was a first penalty for the Crusaders in this game. As Rock now goes in motion. Burgess looks left, looking for Owen Burgess. Again, that one sails high.
Yeah, he's just kind of sailing, some of these slant routes right now, and usually that happens when the ball gets kind of underneath you. He's got to get a little bit higher up on his ear to be able to deliver those passes to Owen Burgess.
2nd and 10 now on that first down incompletion. Burgess, 5 wide. Quick hitch route to Vermas on that right sideline, closest to South Christian. Gets headed to 22, picks up 6.
And I like that play call right there from Kirk Copeland. I think the shorter pass game, get that rhythm going, get that success. I like getting different guys involved Charlie Vermas with his first catch. He's a sure-handed receiver. So the biggest thing is going to be, Bryce, the tempo of how they can get more possessions, because when you're down 4 scores, I mean, you got to move pretty fast.
Another third down for the Sailors. They are 2 for 7 on third down in this game. Desperately need one again here. Play action pass. Burgess rolls to his left. He's going to look deep. That one sails long, and dangerous throws. That's almost picked off by Elliott. I think he was looking for Rock, although Rock was still a couple yards behind. Set up a 4th and 5. That's another lack of a third down conversion.
Yeah, you got to go for it here, and you got to get that 5 yards. We've had a play earlier where they were completed to Blackport, but he wasn't able to get to that 5-yard line. So they got to make sure they run these routes, and I expect kind of a quick hitch right here, maybe to Vermas or Blackport on the streak.
5:58 to go in this third quarter. Sailors needing something here. Burgess drops back, looks for Blackport, and that one sails wide, well covered by Jared DeVries. Was all over the freshman, and Sailors turn the ball over on downs.
Yeah, frustrating. You know, you have a big play right there to Blackport, and you kind of get the face mask and get some momentum. But, you know, he just wasn't able to complete some of those passes right there. You just got to calm down, stay positive. You know, they got it. It's much a mental battle right now as it is physical, Bryce. And, again, it's going to come down to their defense being able to get a stop.
See what the Sailors can do here, down 4 scores. Hey, are you looking for food that's actually fresh and good for you? Locavana brings farm fresh food right to your front door. And ordering a week of groceries takes 5 minutes or less. Their website features trusted West Michigan farmers and food producers, so every bite is healthier, tastier, and better for you. As Unity gets the handoff on first down. That's Jared DeVries on the carry. And because they deliver in their own temperature-controlled trucks, everything arrives just as fresh as it left the farm. Skip the grocery store and use code football15 on locavana.com to save 15% on your first order. Crusaders taking their time.
Yeah, and again, you probably should. You're up 4 scores. It's a rivalry game. You don't want to let them in the game. The clock's your friend.
No handoff, no keepers. Phoebus, as he tries to get along the right side before he's pursued and chased down by Jack Weiss.
Yeah, Nathan Potter right there. Big Potter right there on the inside also as well to kind of clean it up. So, you know, big third down here for the Crusaders.
You're right, that was Potter. That was now Jack Weiss. Set up a third and longer for Unity. Phoebus now, play action pass, rolls to his left. He's got a wide open man again. That's DeVries. He picks up big yards after catch, brought down eventually by Vermas. 26-yard completion as Ryder DeVries has had a really big night catching game.
Good open field tackle right there by Vermas, as, you know, there really wasn't anyone covering DeVries right there, and he had to leave his man to come make a shoestring tackle. So key play there.
First down, another one. The Crusaders are perfect. His handoff this time goes up the middle to DeVries again. The big fellow gets met. Yeah. Gain of 1.
Benjamin Buter right there on the inside, and that's what this defensive line's got to do. They got to set the tone, get in the backfield, and let the linebackers and other guys clean it up.
Benjamin Buter is one of the seniors here, playing his last home game. Handoff again to DeVries. Up the middle. He had a 97-yard touchdown on a very similar play in the first half. Back-breaking touchdown. Another third down here. Unity's 5 for 5. Phoebus rolls to his right, and he got open DeVries again for another first down. That's 6 for 6 is Unity, and that's the money-making down right there, and they are going to the bank.
I mean, that's impressive offense right there. I mean, 6 for 6 on those kind of plays, those key plays. Good open field tackle by Ben Jackson right there, but the Sailors are having a hard time locating all the receiving options for Unity in this pass attack.
Phoebus putting on a clinic right now as he hands the ball off the middle on a quick running back draw. What's the message right now for South Christian? If you're the coach and you're down 35-7 and offense right now for the Crusaders is moving as Phoebus now rolls to his left. Great defense there by the Sailors, and they're still playing hard.
Yeah. And
Cash Van Salkema looking for a fumble. Refs are going to say he was down. He's not going to get it.
Yeah. I think, Bryce, the message is, again, you got to slow the game down. You have to just have small victories right now, and it starts with getting a stop, getting a score. You're not going to just come back from 4 touchdowns in the blink of an eye. You just have to take it play by play, and you have to have small wins. And again, when you're playing a team 6 for 6 on 3rd down, you got to get a stop on 3rd down. This is a key play right here. So this could be a momentum swing. Try to get it, get it to 4th down, maybe get a stop, and then you can get to the next one.
Yeah, it's a great call. Use this down as an opportunity to get a victory. Phoebus now handoff to DeVries on the right side. He cuts it upfield. He's met, and he just keeps his legs churning. He powers forward. Sailors had him just shy of the 1st down, but big fella keeps moving, gets the 1st down.
Yeah, impressive run right there. I mean, he was met probably 2 yards short of the 1st down and just kept going. And that's what you want, and that's what Coach Tibby teaches his guys, and you got to hand it to him right there. That's a really tough kid and a really good run for another 1st down. That makes it, 7?
7 for 7 now.
7 for 7.
On 3rd down. Impressive stuff here. As the clock is milking away. Handoff now up the middle again. DeVries, big fella running hard. He's met. Gain of 3.
Yeah, you love 77 in the Navy right now, Cody Jones. And that's a kid, he plays with a lot of motion, a lot of fight, and he gets fired up with those big plays. So nice to see Cody Jones still playing hard and making some key plays from the junior.
Taylor, they've had 7 different ball carriers in this game.
Yeah, that's a lot of options, Bryce.
I mean, maybe you get 3 running backs in this offense and the quarterback. That's 4.
Right.
And then maybe throw in another guy.
Yeah, 7's a lot, and I think it's hard to tell sometimes who's got the ball and also who's in the game.
Exactly, and this time it's Jack Portinga, number 4. He's getting a couple carries early in this game as they're going to take this clock down to the 4th quarter. 35-7 is your score here from Falcon Stadium. Unity Christian driving. We'll be back after this here on Michigan Sports Radio and the Sailor Zone.
Landscape of free buffet for the deer? Well, Deer Solution Repellent Service can help protect your shrubs and flowers from deer damage. Visit deersolution.com and schedule your free estimate today.
Tonight's high school football broadcasts on Michigan Sports Radio are presented by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Wherever your child is headed, there's free money to get them where they want to go.
Welcome back as we kick off the 4th quarter of action here on Michigan Sports Radio and the Sailor Zone. Unity Christian driving now as they're getting another 3rd down opportunity here. Folks, 382 yards on the ground for the Crusaders. This is an undefeated football team and a team that means business as they are looking for a trip to the Ford Field. And I tell you, this has been an impressive performance right now from the boys in all white with blue helmets. Again, 382 yards rushing here. 8 for 8 on 3rd down. As this time, Sailors stop him First stop on third down for South Christian.
Yeah, great tackle right there by Ben Jackson. And hey, there you go, Bryce. There's the big third down stop that Coach Burgess and Coach Brinker and that defensive staff with Jimmy Vandenberg that they were looking for. So big fourth down. I always say, momentum plays right here. That was a fast quarter. They didn't have a lot of opportunities. Unity's going to continue to use the clock, but you just got to find some small victories, and this would be one right here.
First fourth down opportunity for both teams, or I should say for Unity's offense, Sailors' defense. His handoff up the middle to DeVries. He breaks the tackle well across the first down line, down to the 5 to the 3-yard line. And Unity Christian in scoring position again. 19-yard carry by Jack DeVries.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, Jared DeVries.
And that's the frustrating thing on a 4th and 5. Like, he gets 19. It's not like he gets 6. And that's the things that just kind of deflating as a coach, where you really we can't let them get 5 and they break away these big runs. So they're going to have to make some adjustments here, but you also got to credit Unity's line and their scheme. They're doing a good job.
That first down, that's 23 first downs. As Phoebus with the carry on the QB sneak, ref signaling him just shy.
No, touchdown.
No, you're right. Touchdown. Hands go up. My goodness. What a performance. We'll have the Bob's Collision, post-game show coming up after this. We'll give out the Big O's Smokehouse Player of the Game, and Taylor, you'll give out that one. I think the winner is probably pretty determined right now. I won't speak for you, but high snap. Phoebus fields it. What a great recovery by Phoebus as he gets that ball down cleanly and allows for a Joshua Bremer point after. All right, that's your score. It's 42-7. Unity up big. We'll be back right after this.
In your decision to donate blood. More than you know. A few moments of your time sparks moments like these. Hope is in all the moments that matter. And it's in all of us. Schedule your donation today at versity.org.
Hi, my name is Anna Wypich, the 2025 Miss Basketball. For athletes and busy students, getting your wisdom teeth removed can kind of seem like a big deal. But here at the Center for Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, they make it a comfortable experience. They also help with dental implants and tooth extractions. For great oral care when you need it, call the Center for Oral Surgery today.
All right, welcome back, folks, as we get back to the action here. 42-7 is your score. That last scoring drive, 14 plays, 78 yards, and that milked 7 minutes of clock. That was capped off by a 3-yard Phoebus touchdown run. The other interesting note, too, with that touchdown, it is going to set up a running clock now for this fourth quarter. Vandergreen fields that from the 15, tries to break a would-be tackle at the 22 before being brought down at the 30. That's where South Christian will start this drive. And if you're South Christian, obviously this game is well over, but you got a big one next week against another undefeated team, as the schedule just hasn't gotten any easier. And you got to go up to Catholic Central, and some people are saying, yeah, you'll get in the playoffs with the 4 wins that they have, and the losses are good losses, but you obviously want to go in with a little bit of momentum, and that starts here.
Yeah, absolutely, Bryce. And I think the biggest thing I would take away is you always got to think of something right now you can work at as a coach. So it's unfortunate it's a running clock, but you could be in these situations where you have no timeouts and a 2-minute drill. So you got to go to your 2-minute offense right here, and you got to be able to work on it. That hopefully can prepare you for next week if you're in this situation.
See what the Sailors can do here. First down. Handoff to Osterhaven. Picks up 2. 9:18 to go, and
it's going to go quick.
It's going to go quick.
Yeah, and again, I mean, the hard thing is the Sailors are getting the calls from the sideline, and they're not able to speed up their play calling because they tried to huddle this year.
All right, second down here. Burgess hands off to Naglisky. He gets his first carry of the night. Nice run by Naglisky as he powers his way forward across the 40 down to the 43.
Yeah, really good run for the sophomore right there. And Kyle, he's battled some injuries over the years. Really good kid, really tough kid, a hard runner, strong. And it's nice to see him get out in the open space.
Nice first down for South Christian. Again, looking to get a little momentum going into the final week of the season. Next week up at Catholic Central. Handoff now goes back to Naglisky. He tries to get to the outside. Can't. Nice tackle there by Dirks.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what Coach Copeland's going to try to do here with the offense, if they're going to try to continue to run these jet sweeps or kind of can go back to the pass attack. I still think you got to be able to pass the ball. I think the Sailor teams that we've seen be really successful can pass the ball, and it'd be nice to see them get some success through the air right now.
Yeah, it'd be great to see if Burgess can get some momentum here. This final quarter of action. Instead, hands it off to Vandegrind. Vandegrind gets a block on the outside, breaks the tackle. Nice run by Jesse Vandegrind. That's enough for a first down.
Yeah, it's nice to see a little momentum. Couple first downs here early for the Sailors. And, again, with the clock running, and this thing's going to go fast for the folks at home, but they got to get these play calls in, and they got to execute.
Vandegrind now lined up wide. Next to Burgess. Handoff goes into Naglisky as he tries to break a tackle in the backfield. Does, but not before entourage of Crusaders regains control of him in the backfield. Big loss.
That's just a misread right there by Burgess, and Coach Brown's kind of letting him know right now is, you know, when you have those power read options, there's going to be times you got to hand it off, and there's times you got to keep it, and they got the reads, and you just kind of left Naglisky out to hang right there. But, you know, long second down, probably an obvious passing play here. Let's see if they can get a completion.
Loss of 5. Snap now. Burgess with the keeper. He's got a lane. Bounces a nice shifty move on the outside. As he gets to the sideline down to the 30. How about that for a little hop step, little jump.
And that's what you want to see. That's taking coaching and then executing. Great job right there by Austin. Had the right read, and then also great job after the yards and picked up a big first down right there for the Sailors.
Yep, nice run for the quarterback. Unity Christian, again, last year, OK Gold Conference champions. They will keep the title. Back-to-back clinching. This time, Burgess with the keeper on the option. Lowers his shoulder for a pickup of 2.
Yeah, just couldn't get to the outside. Really good job by the Unity defensive end. Contain right there and keeping it back inside. And Sailors have kind of opted to run the ball right here. And they're trying to get some momentum with their run game.
Second and 7. 4 wide for the Sailors. Handoff. Handoff up the middle to Naglisky. Nice run as he finds a lane right up the middle of that defense. Enough for the first down.
Yeah, another good run by 28, the sophomore. And he's kind of a combination of Vandegrind and Osterhaven. He's got a little speed and strength. And they're going to have to continue to go fast right here as clock's all the way down, almost 5 minutes.
5:08 to go. First down. Burgess with the keeper. Gets met in the backfield. No gain. Second and long. Unity Christian program's been one of the area's top programs. Missed the playoffs 3 times in almost 20 years. 10 wins last year, 13 wins in 2021.
The wing T still works.
Still works. Ooh, post route to Owen Burgess. Just long. And some say should have caught it, hit the fingertips, but a little bit of tough grab.
Yeah, I think that's one they want back right there. I think that's one that they could probably complete. And the way the defensive backs are playing Unity on the outside, they're kind of giving up that inside coverage right there. And you know, I just those are the ones you got to complete to score.
Some big corners for Unity. Fryer, DeVry, and Luke Vanderswag is Nikliski with the carry. He's ran hard this fourth quarter, enough for the first down. And boy, Kyle Nikliski.
Yeah, another really good run by Niklitzki, and big tackle right there by number 3, Nickel, the junior down there. And Sailors are going to have opportunity here to get close to score.
Long drive here with the running clock. Sailors 2 tight ends. Handoff now to Kyle Nikliski right up the middle, meets his tackler in the hole.
Good push. Kept fighting for an extra yard, probably right there. And looks like they're going to be about the 1, maybe the 2, Bryce?
Yep. Second and goal from the 1. Snap now to Nikliski, who has an open lane in the end zone. Touchdown, Sailors.
Yeah, great possession right there, using that option, power read, RPO offense right there. And a really good possession for Kyle Niklitzki, the sophomore. It's nice to see him have some success and get some momentum going. Also want to shout out the offensive line. Pretty good job of the offensive line. Keep playing and create those good gaps for him to run through.
Yeah, good momentum drive for the Sailors with what's been a pretty tough night on the offensive side. Kick up is good. 42-14 is your score. We'll take one more break, one more commercial here. We'll be back after this. Michigan Sports Radio in the Sailor Zone.
In your decision to donate blood, more than you know, a few moments of your time sparks moments like these. Hope is in all the moments that matter, and it's in all of us. Schedule your donation today at varsity.org.
Hi, my name is Anna Wypich, the 2025 Miss Basketball. For athletes and busy students, getting your wisdom teeth removed can kind of seem like a big deal. But here at the Center for Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, they make it a comfortable experience. They also help with dental implants and tooth extractions. For great oral care when you need it, call the Center for Oral Surgery today.
That 13-play, 70-yard scoring drive took 7 minutes, 37 seconds. Capped off by Kyle Niklitzki 2-yard touchdown run. Sailors 42, Unity 42, Sailors 14. Deep kick. Fielded by Bremer. Bremer gets popped. Taylor, you got some scores around the area?
Yeah, let's update the folks at home. Rockford's in another big Red matchup, up 17-7 on Caledonia. Catholic Central, who the Sailors will play next week, is up 21-7 over Northview. Coopersville up 21-14 over Big Rapids. Zeeland East and Forest Hill Central and OK Gold. That one's tied at 7s. And Byron Center, the local Byron Center, is up 20-0 on Forest Hills Northern. And East Kentwood's really taking it to Granville. Granville's really fallen off here with the injury to Tank, which has really slowed them down. And obviously East Kentwood and Hudsonville are having a great year.
Dirks on the outside is able to turn the corner, stays in bounds. No, he stays on his feet as he pushes ahead for the first down. Nice run on first down there. Hey, Weingarts is bringing a new level of convenience with their at-home maintenance service. That's right, they come to you. Their expert technicians roll right up to your driveway with genuine parts and trusted care. No loading, no drop-offs, just winning service that keeps your equipment running strong season after season. Don't sit on the sidelines. Schedule today at Weingarts.com and experience the Weingarts way. Clock ticks under 2 minutes. Some aggressive chants coming from one student section to the other.
Well, you know, it's
little sister. How was that?
It's the holy rivalry, right?
The holy rivalry. South Christian's got some good ones. This one definitely goes, lopsided one goes to Unity. But hey, you know, I tell you what was the score last year in the Week 7 game?
Yeah.
50-21.
It definitely a similar script as last year, I think. Unity kind of took it to South in the regular season. But, South came back in the playoffs, and they won. That really matters. So, the thing about Danny Brown and his staff, they're just tremendous, and they're a pretty resilient group. And they'll regroup, and they'll find a way here.
Yep, season's not over at all as Dirks gets the handoff again. Works that left side line of scrimmage. Sailors now going in their roster. Get some good minutes here for some younger guys.
Yeah, I think Coach Tibby could probably take a knee. No, it looks like we're going to need 2 more plays here, Bryce.
45 seconds to go in this OK Gold finale. With this win, I should say, it's 42-14 victory. If this game finishes how we think it will, Unity Christian will clinch the OK Gold Conference outright again for the second straight year. Again, last year going 10-1. Fantastic performance here by Unity Christian, as it's been a absolutely dominating one for the Crusaders. Sailors with some work to do here as they'll go to 4-4. Unity will go to 8-0 with this final game of the year. We will take a quick 2-minute break, a minute 41 break, and we'll be back for the Bob's Collision post-game show here on Michigan Sports Radio and the Sailor Zone.
Surf Fiber Internet, you'll catch all the big plays as they happen. The winning goal, the last-second three-pointer, the walk-off home run, the touchdown that changes everything. You'll see them all. No lag, no throttling, no buffering, no missed highlights. Just blazing fast streaming from start to finish. Whatever sport you love to watch, Surf keeps you connected. Surf Internet, built for game day and every day. Score big today with fiber internet plans starting at just $30 a month, including free Wi-Fi, free installation, all-in pricing, and price lock for life.
We'll fix it in a snap.
You hear that? That's Service Professor fixing your drain, sewer, plumbing, electrical, heating, or cooling, and fixing it in a snap.
Service Professor will fix it in a snap.
Are you having a hard time hearing tonight's game? Hi, I'm Brock Conkle from Michigan Sports Radio, and after putting it off for many years, I decided to contact Miracle Ear and get my hearing tested, and sure enough, had significant hearing loss. The friendly staff at Miracle Ear fitted me with hearing aids, and life is so much more enjoyable being able to hear the things that I've been missing. Go to miracle-ear.com to schedule your free hearing evaluation. There's a location near you.
The Michigan Achievement Scholarship is funding every grad, every path. And odds are, your high school senior or recent grad will qualify for free money for community college, public or private university, or career training, no matter their GPA. And the scholarship is less income-based than you might expect. Wherever your child is headed, there's free money to get them where they want to go. Learn more at mi.gov/achievement.
All right, welcome in, folks, to the Bob's Collision postgame show here on Michigan Sports Radio and the Sailor Zone. 42-14 is your final score here from Falcon Stadium as Unity Christian Crusaders clinched the OK Gold. And congratulations to Coach Greg Tibby and that program for a back-to-back conference championship season here. As I know the Crusaders and the fans are really excited to hoist that trophy, as that is one of the top conferences in the area. For sure, along with the OK Red, OK Gold is one of the premier ones too. And to hoist that trophy is a big one, and Crusaders did that tonight as they cap off an 8-0 start, looking to finish the season next week perfect before getting ready for the playoffs here. South Christian definitely with some work to do of their own. They hit a buzzsaw tonight after 3 straight wins, falling short to one of the area's top teams, number 3 team in the Remax Power Poll here on Michigan Sports Radio. And great look here for the Crusaders, and a lot to talk about, a lot of work to do for Coach Brown. Let's go over tonight's scoring and the action here. First quarter, Crusaders got an early stop that led to a 10-play, 66-yard touchdown drive that took 4 minutes and 40 seconds of the clock, capped off by a Justin Phoebus 1-yard TD run. Sailors able to answer later in that first quarter. Easton Rock had a 55-yard touchdown run that capped off a 2-play, 61-yard drive. Unity went on to score 5 more touchdowns right after that, consecutively. never really had to punt in this game, so straight scoring. The second scoring touchdown drive for the Crusaders was a 6-play, 80-yard drive that took 3 minutes and 19 seconds. Phoebus 21-yard touchdown pass to Jared DeVries for that touchdown there. The Crusaders able to score again, coming off an interception as the Sailors were driving into the red zone. That was a 1-play, 97-yard back-breaking run by DeVries as he capped off that drive. Unity was able to score again in their next series, 4 plays, 39 yards. Phoebus with a 24-yard touchdown pass to Skolton. Unity Christian was able to score one more time in the third quarter, 10-play, 74-yard drive that really took a lot of the wind out of the sails for the Sailors and actually put this game into a running clock situation. 10-play, 74-yard drive took just under 4 minutes, where Jared DeVries had a 1-yard touchdown run. The last scoring drive for the Crusaders was a 14-play, 78-yard drive in the fourth quarter. Phoebus with a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Sailors were able to score one more time as they got the ball last, or I should say at the end of the game. 13-play, 70-yard drive that took 7 minutes, 37 seconds. That was capped off with a Kyle Nagliski 2-yard touchdown run. So, again, dominating performance for South Christian. We'll go over the stats here in a little bit, but before we do, Big O Smokehouse player of the game. Well, actually, before that, Taylor, I should say thoughts on tonight's action and what you saw on the field from the Sailors. What's the message going in? What's Coach saying to the guys here as they get ready for the last game of the season?
Yeah, Bryce, I really felt like at the beginning it was a lot closer game than the score shows right now. And what happened, the Sailors hurt themselves with penalties and a couple turnovers. They actually got a couple turnovers from Unity, which really could have created some momentum. And then when you just constantly make those mistakes, a team like Unity is going to take advantage of it. And then next thing you know, the score kind of got out of hand a little bit. So I think the message is a similar message to last year. You know, you just got to kind of tip your hat a little bit, understand that, hey, Unity was the better team tonight, but you're probably going to see them again. You're probably going to have that opportunity, hopefully, to see them in the playoffs. I think if you're the Sailors, you got to put this one behind you. I mean, you got to focus on next week's game and don't leave it up to a committee. Go into Catholic with everything you got and try to come away with that W right there. So it's a learning curve for sure, but you got to move on, and you got to move on quick.
Yeah, well said, and we'll see what Sailors come out with next week against Catholic Central. Of course, that game will be covered on Michigan Sports Radio, so you can catch the action there. A couple stats before you give out the Player of the Game award here as we look at the box score. A couple columns that are just the difference makers, I should say, in this game, starting with the rushing yards. 426 for the Crusaders on the ground, 263 for South Christian, 504 total yards. I mean, it's a crazy offensive night. Almost 300 for the Sailors, 299 to be exact. Interception and fumble for each team, but the penalties were the big difference makers here. 5 penalties really in the first half. No penalties in the second half for South Christian. So they were able to clean it up, but unfortunately for them, just a little bit too little, too late. Third downs was the other key metric. 7 for 8 was Unity. 2 for 9 South Christian, and just can't win when that metric is the way it is. 20 first downs, Unity finished with in this game, 12 for South Christian. Mind you, going into the half, 15 first downs for Unity, 5 first downs for South Christian. So, interesting box score there. The leaders of the game, Justin Phoebus went 4 for 5, 78 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Something tells me we'll say his name a couple more times here tonight. Burgess had a nice game in the air. One for 8, 33 yards. And then Justin Phoebus, 14 carries, 117 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground as he was leading that Unity Christian rushing attack. Ryer DeVries, 3 catches, 54 yards, and a touchdown as he was the leading receiver for the Crusaders as well. Dax Blackport with 2 catches, 31 yards of his own. All right, I think this decision is probably a fairly easy one to make, but player of the game.
Yeah, I mean, you got to go with Justin Phoebus, the do-it-all quarterback for Unity, like you said. 195 total yards, 4 touchdowns, and just felt like he was the difference maker. And, It just shows the kids at home. I mean, it's not always, the size of the player. It's a lot of times the heart, and that kid just got a ton of heart. He's fast. He understands the game. He has great fakes, great deception. And to be honest with you, Unity passed the ball really well tonight for a team that doesn't really pass. He was 4 for 5, for 78 yards. So he's definitely a big old Smokehouse player of the game. Congratulations to Justin Phoebus from Unity.
It'll be fun to watch. And you gave a little plug, too. You think these two teams could face each other again in a couple weeks in the playoffs if kind of things go according to the projections that we're seeing. So not over for the Sailors whatsoever. All right, well, we'll not be with you next week. Catholic Central is a Michigan sports radio school as well, so the folks over there, Eric Wells and company, will cover that game. We'll see if we can get involved in some way. I'll keep you all posted. But they will cover that game, video and audio for that will be wonderful, so you'll definitely want to tune in there. But, yeah, we want to give a special thanks to David Kuhl and the South Christian Athletic Department here, East Kentwood, and then, of course, the great team here who makes this production happen. Grayson Wussman on the camera, Todd Scrotenborg, the producer of this whole thing, director of making this whole thing run. We thank him. Of course, Tim Chenoweth, the great statistician who gives us all the metrics, the numbers, the data, all that fun stuff for all the football nerds out there. We love that. Thank you, Taylor, doing a wonderful job doing the color commentary for us all season. And I want to just thank everyone for joining us this evening. We'll be back for, hopefully, the first round of the playoffs for South Christian in 2 weeks. And, again, you can tune into the Sailors' last game next Friday at Catholic Central. That game, again, will be covered on Michigan Sports Radio. We thank you all for joining us this evening. We thank you so much. Hope everyone has a safe and fun, enjoyable weekend here. And look forward to tuning in again here on Michigan Sports Radio and the Sailor Zone.